This is a really important process for the bank to select the next president. And what we really are looking for is the best candidate possible. The first thing people will think about is the role in monetary policy for the nation. And of course, that's true, and the supervision of the banks, which is critical. It also really is somebody who can build a team and to foster the right kind of community within the Fed and make sure that we are focusing on diversity, we're focusing on integrity, focusing on values.
The person who takes this job is going to have a blend of skills, both technical and personal, which are hard to find in one person. And what I'm committed to as part of this search is making sure that we have as inclusive a search as possible. That includes not just candidates, but also listening to communities. We've made a decision to hire 2 search firms, one of which focuses on diversity issues. And while that's an unconventional approach to a search and might add some complexity, it represents this extra step that we're willing to take to get that part of the search right. In addition to operating the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, which is one of the world's largest financial institutions, the president of the Fed of New York also becomes vice chairman of the Federal Open Markets Committee, which is a policy-making arm of the Federal Reserve Bank in Washington. That job is both a policy-making job, which means intellectually you have to understand monetary policy and debate it at a very high level and make important decisions related to it. But it's also a people job in that you have to work with a committee composed of the Federal Reserve governors and the heads of the other regional feds to come to a consensus decision. And remember, those are very, very important decisions to get right.
How the rate is set, how monetary policy is considered seems very high level for many people in the community, but it has a direct impact on how well they may do economically. The job of the New York Fed president is a job of someone who wears many different hats. And the hat of community engagement and involvement is a very significant component of the job. Inviting people into the Fed for conversation, the more people that understand and engage and inform the New York Fed, the better the Fed will be at setting monetary policy.
Important attributes for any leader, and especially for the New York Fed president, are good decision-making and the ability to think independently when making those decisions. Good decision-making means being able to get the best and brightest around you, being able to get the facts and their opinions. We need someone who can work with others, but who also can think independently and do it in the right way.
The person that you would turn to manage a global financial crisis with you is the person who's at the head of this bank. Someone who's had experience with financial crises, understands financial markets, understands policy making, understands how to run a large complex organization, understands how to work with other people, and understands how to act decisively.
What we need to have in a president is someone who really has that great vision, someone who can be creative and say, where is interesting economic activity happening that could inform the thinking of our bank and of our country?